Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. So a few hours ago, some insider sources did mention that in that whole coup that was supposed to have taken place sometime in October 1st and then full lockdown by 25th of October that was aborted or thwarted, some insider sources alleged that there are also ex-governors involved, non-military personnel, civilians involved. If it had happened, they were actually tied to it. And according to those insiders, allegedly so, that they are trying to connect the dots. As soon as the connection is right, then arrest will be made. Of course, the defense have actually debunked any such thing, say no such thing is happening. ADC have also responded by saying they should not use this opportunity and this whole issue of coup to clamp down on opposing voices or opposition that they are watching in 3D. We're going to give full details on that. But meanwhile, let's give you details of what top northern Nigerians are saying concerning all of this drama. Before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to what we are gathering, a prominent public commentator has challenged the Nigerian government and military authorities to speak openly on the alleged coup plot said to have been uncovered in recent weeks. And he, according to Shehu, who described the development as a coup shrouded in darkness, questioned why the identities of those allegedly involved have not been made public. He wrote, and I quote, "It has been 3 weeks since whispers from the vineyard started about an alleged coup. What was first explained away as a routine issue around failures in promotion exercise has now grown beyond mere speculations." Now, Shehu noted that in the last 2 weeks, rumors about military officers being arrested for indiscipline and insubordination had intensified. He stated that, but within the last week, all cowardly excuses have given way to a fact that there was indeed a plan to overthrow the government. The activists faulted the silence of the authorities, arguing that in other parts of the world, those behind failed coups are usually paraded before the public. Let me word over. The culture of fake coups is for the coup plotters to be paraded in public, handcuffed, legs chained, with their ranks, state of origin, and other details made known. Subsequently, a military tribunal is set up to try them and pass judgment, which is subject to appeal, he stated. Now, he warned that secrecy could worsen suspicion, adding, "Nothing is known about those involved. Nobody knows if they have access to legal representation or to their family members. Continuing this hide and seek will only make matters worse, create doubt, confusion, and even a leeway to call it a phantom coup." Shehu stressed that citizens had the right to know details of development threatening the country's democratic stability. Nigerians are entitled to know the identity of those enemies of democracy, he stated, urging the government to end this play in darkness beneath the earth power games and treasury. So far, the defense headquarters had denied report linking recent arrest of officers to a coup attempt. In a statement signed by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuka Gusau, the military maintained that the detention of some officers was connected to internal disciplinary issues and not a coup. Meanwhile, ADC could not help but react to what is going on. In all sincerity, they cannot keep mum as they believe that there is more to it that meets the eyes. Now, according to ADC, let me quote it word for word. It said that an African Democratic Congress has cautioned the federal government against using the recent report of an alleged coup plot as a pretext to clamp down on opposition leaders or stifle dissenting voices. In a statement issued some few minutes ago, the party's National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi warned that any attempt to exploit the rumored coup for political gain would endanger Nigeria's democracy and fundamental freedoms. Now, the warning followed reports that the Defense Intelligence Agency has arrested several military officers from the ranks of captain to brigadier general over alleged secret meetings to overthrow President Bola Tinubu's administration. And Defense Headquarters has once dismissed this report as false and malicious. Now, the statement read in part, and I quote, "The ADC has been closely monitoring reports of an alleged coup plot involving arrested military officers and subsequent media claims that the former southern governor is under investigation for allegedly funding the suspect. While we vehemently oppose any effort to undermine Nigeria's constitutional order, we are equally concerned about the potential misuse of such allegations to justify political witch hunts, suppress dissent, or manipulate public sentiment. We are particularly alarmed by conflicting signals from government sources, especially as the Defense Headquarters has publicly denied ever mentioning a coup plot despite widespread media reports to the contrary. Such inconsistency raises fears that the coup narrative may have been politically engineered." Now, the ADC said it was disturbing that the federal government had not made a categorical statement on the alleged plot, even after the military repeated denials. By keeping quiet, the government has deliberately allowed the coup story to fester. For whatever reason, it said it is becoming clear that the government is exploiting the coup narrative to divert attention from the real issues of misgovernance and to curry public sympathy. Even more worrisome are subsequent media reports linking unnamed politicians to the so-called plot, a development that could be used as a pretext to clamp down on opposition figures or mount undue surveillance on them. The party accused the All Progressive Congress-led administration of acting out of desperation and warned that such conduct could undermine democratic stability. The ADC calls on the federal government to immediately clarify the true nature of the alleged coup. If there is indeed a threat to national security, government must be transparent about it and brief the nation accordingly, the statement continued. Now, conversely, if the reports are false, the government has a duty to decisively squash the rumor rather than weaponize national security as a pretext to silence opposition and political dissent. Reaffirming its commitment to democratic values, the ADC declared, "We are resolute in our opposition to dictatorship of any form, whether military or civilian. While we support legitimate actions to defend our constitution and democracy, we strongly oppose any ploy by the government to intimidate lawful voices under the guise of national security." And those are the words of ADC. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation.